3 hours and 31 minutes left, so have not gone through. I just wanted to give you a little update on the book. I'm reading Wild Side by Elsie Silver, which is the third book in the Rose Hill series, and it recently came out and I wanted to read it. Honestly, it wasn't one of the books like in the Rose Hill series that I was waiting for. Like, I did not know anything about it except for how the main male character looked like, because I saw Elsie Silver posting like some fan art and stuff. That's all I knew about this book, and I knew that the main male character was a fighter or something like that. Like, I don't know, it was like a fighter or something and that's all I knew. But jumping into the book, it feels very different from everything she wrote so far, because first of all, I highly recommend to read the trigger warnings. I actually saw that at the beginning of the book there is trigger warnings because there's some heavy topics. Yeah, content warning right here. Please read them, because I did not know this and I completely passed the trigger warnings and the content warning. And I jumped in and it was a little bit triggering, especially because I'm not used to it. Whenever I pick up an Elsie Silver book, like usually it's mostly lighter topics. This one feels different because the sister of the main female character dies. The way that she dies, it can be triggering. Please do yourself a favor and check the trigger warnings. Anyways, with that being said, it feels really different. It feels a little bit deeper. I don't know if it's because of the how we get introduced to the story, but it feels a little bit more emotional and deeper, and I'm really curious to see how the story develops, or mainly like how the romance develops, because as of right now, like, I don't know how a romance can happen in this scenario. They immediately have physical attraction for one another and stuff, and they have that, but other than that, I don't see how a romance can come out of it, because it's such like a heavy situation and there's a kid involved and there's a lot going on. So I didn't get into the book with many expectations because I wasn't really interested, but so far so good. I'm surprised. I'm definitely surprised. So it hasn't been long since I talked to you, but I just want to give you a little update. So the main male character is very physically attracted to the girl, right? If you've read the book, don't you think that's a bit too much? We are just at chapter 10 and he's already like head over heels, like already talking about certain things. Like, I would be disturbed personally, because like, calm down, dude, you know? Like, and what I am personally like not liking is the fact that we don't even know the characters. So I'm not even able to connect on that level because we don't know enough of the characters. Like, I have no idea who the male main character is. I know what he did in response to like in the situation with his sister and what role he played for the most part, like as much as we can know at the moment. But I don't even know what's their story, like how they met. I don't even know why he likes her. I don't even know what the girl does. I don't even know anything. I don't know anything, and he's already in love with her. Like, my guy, like, I don't even know what are you talking about, because I don't know anything about you guys. So that's a little bit throwing me off, because like, I understand the spice, I understand the, but I'm not able to connect to it either, because again, I don't know the characters. Like, what am I connecting to? So that's something that I don't really like, but let's keep going. Let's see where this goes. Hi guys, it's the next day actually. I want to give you an update because I finished Wild Eyes, and also 18 hours left of the challenge, which is still quite a lot, but that's fine. I mean, I just finished one book. So I finished a book, and I don't know, I'm a little bit disappointed because I didn't have lots of expectations going to the book, but then for the first 100 pages I was thinking that maybe it was going to turn into something different that Elsie Silver wrote because of how it began and what brought them together again, because it's like, it's not a second chance romance, but they knew each other before. With that being said, I expected something else. At the beginning I said that it felt different, and it did at the beginning feel different, but then it fell into the exact same vibes of the other Elsie Silver books, which is not something that I complain about. Like, I love Elsie Silver, I love her books, but I thought it was going to be a little bit more depth into the relationship, especially after we know what happens at the beginning and how they rekindle their relationship and how the relationship starts. So it was kind of disappointing going further into the book and just like finding out that it was exactly the same structure and the same things that we always read in Elsie Silver's books. So with that being said, this is my least favorite Elsie Silver book. Like, I'm still gonna give it like 3 stars. I still would recommend this book and the series, a Rose Hill series. I think the other ones I gave like around 4 stars. I didn't love the main male character. Just like certain scenes I liked him, like when he talked about his past and his relationships with family and personal things that he talked about, but I did not love him when he was talking about her, which it was like basically the entire book, just because I thought it was a little bit too much. Like, I get it, like I understand that Elsie Silver plays a lot with physical attraction and spy scenes and you know, the guy being obsessed with the girl, but it was like a little bit too much in my opinion. Like, I would have been annoyed if I was the girl. As for the girl, Tabitha, I think, yeah, Tabitha, I liked her. I'm not gonna say I liked her a lot, but she reminded me a little bit of Willa, just a little bit though, because Willa is my favorite my favorite girl in the Chestnut Spring series. I love that she responded, like their banter was really good, but not because of him, but because of her, and she brought that little fire into the relationship. Like, for what I have captured of this book, the main thing that he was just like his structure was big and all that, you know, like that's all I got about him. But he didn't have that personality, you know. I didn't feel his personality, I didn't feel his character. Like, it just seemed like a grumpy guy and that's it. He didn't feel real. I feel like they didn't feel three-dimensional. They felt like flat. But maybe that's what I'm looking for right now. Like, I'm looking for depth into romance, and Elsie Silver is not known for that, and that's okay. I'm gonna give it a 3 stars. I still recommend it, but it's not my favorite. So I have to finish a couple things, so I don't know what I'm gonna pick later on, so I'm just going to talk to you later when I pick another book and restart the challenge. Okay. So I'm here because I want to pick my next read, and in the meantime I also was listening to The Right Move. I listened to it like for probably like 30 minutes, so maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 40 minutes, but I'm at 17 hours and 19 minutes. And as far as The Right Move, I am at chapter 12 of The Right Move. This is a sport romance. It's a basketball sports romance. This is the second in the series. I think the Windy series. I always forget what's the name of the series. It's like a sport romance series, and there is like a bunch of standalones, and I didn't read any of the other ones, but I'm reading this one because it's the only one that's kind of interesting to me. So I'm actually quite enjoying it. I love the NBA vibe romance. I've never read anything like it, and I thought, I don't know, I think it's interesting. I think it's a good pastime and a good audiobook. But I really want to sit down and read. I have not done that in a little bit. I just really need to just step outside and just sit down and read my book. That's what I want. That's what I need right now. So let's look at my options, because honestly I have no clue what I really want to read. This month I have the challenge of reading every single book in my May TBR. I'm going to do a separate reading vlog for that, but I mean, if I'm going to be reading some of my May TBR in this video, it's going to be also good. But I have Sunrise on the Raping, which I'm really excited to read, but I don't think I'm feeling a fantasy right now. I don't think I'm feeling a fantasy, so probably not. Deep Cuts, but again, not feeling it. I have Book Lovers, which I did start a little bit, and I'm actually really enjoying it. So this could be one of the options for the next pick. Then I have Squire, which is a graphic novel. Again, a fantasy, not feeling it. And then the Ex Vows, People We Meet on Vacation, Dark Water Daughter, Summer Romance, and also the Abby Amina's new release, and The Favorites. I think I'm feeling more of a like not silly little romance, but definitely like a summery vibe romance. So it's either Book Lovers or the Ex Vows or People We Meet on Vacation or Summer Romance or Say You Remember Me. So I think at this point, since I was really enjoying book lovers, I'm gonna keep going with this one because I already, like, I'm very interested in the FMC. I kind of relate to her a lot for what I've read so far. I'm literally just at chapter 4 of book lovers, and I think I'm gonna continue book lovers because I had a goal that I was going to read this before this one came out, but that didn't happen. But now I am going to definitely read it before I keep going with all the others Emily Henry book, especially because I have another Emily Henry book for this month to read, People Made on Vacation, but I really want to read Book Lover, so I think I'm going to do that. I mean, I have expectations for this book and any other Emily Henry book because everybody just like talks so highly about it. So even if I convince myself that I don't have high expectations, at the end of the day, like, you kind of have it anyways because she's so popular. I have loved what I've read so far, so I'm just gonna stop talking and start reading Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Oh my god, they're banter, bro. I don't even know if you guys can hear me, but the banter, I can't do it. Chapter 7, by the way. I don't even know if I even talked about this book at all. Like, I don't even know if you guys know about it. So it's very popular, but I'm gonna tell you anyways if you've not read it. So basically, the main two characters, Charlie and Nora, they are both book editors, and they had a little encounter. I don't remember exactly how many years ago. Basically, they had this lunch together where Charlie didn't like a book that Nora wanted to publish and believed in, whatever, because it was set in Sunshine Falls. After a couple years, the book does really well, and Nora and her sister Libby, that's a big fan of the book, and wants to go and visit this town. Long story short, after Nora and Charlie actually like were emailing each other way before, like, Nora lives in New York, and even when she was in New York, they were emailing each other about stuff like their job. The banter, even through the email, was really good. Then they meet. I don't know how much I can say, but basically they meet in Sunshine Falls, and yeah, so this is actually the first meeting, where I'm at, and their banter is incredible. I love how witty and smart and intellectual it feels. You could actually feel the conversation out loud happening between them. Like, oh my god. I remember reading Beach Read, which I loved, by the way. I gave it like a 4.5 stars, and I remember reading Beach Read, and this is exactly what I loved, but I feel like in Book Lovers is so much better. Like, the banter, I mean, I remember that the banter was really good, the dialogues were really good. I think it's one of the biggest Emily Henry strength. Like, her dialogues are really good, they're really powerful. But I just, like, I'm loving the two characters. I think they're such a vibe. I love them both, and I love Charlie a lot. I just love it's so funny. I'm here giggling and kicking my feet because they're so funny. Whatever, I'm continuing this book because I'm having a great time and I'm really happy about it. Yay. And also the setting of Sunshine Falls is also really nice. I'm really enjoying that part too. So far so good. So far so good. Oh, by the way, as far as the challenge, I have 16 hours and 12 minutes left. 31. I have no clue the last time that we spoke because I'm filming this in like multiple days, and yesterday I couldn't film anything because I had an errand that kind of lasted the whole day, so I didn't really film that much except for I think me finishing this book, which I'm gonna talk about it. But before that, I want to show you guys where I'm at with the challenge because I have 9 hours and 54 minutes left, so about like 10 hours. So we are officially more than halfway through the 24 hours. And also I finished another book, which is The Right Move by Liz Tomford. This is the second book in the Windy City series, right? I keep forgetting the name of the series. Anyway, so I listened to half of this book, and then the other half I actually read it. It kind of like took a little bit for me to get through the first half. I'm gonna be honest, like I started this book a while ago and I couldn't just move past it, but I really enjoyed the second half. I enjoyed it even more than I thought that I would. I don't know why. I think this is like my second sports romance, and the first sports romance was a hockey romance. It was Icebreaker, and I did not love it. It was like super cringy in my opinion, but I think that's because I really love this one because it's like professional athletes. Like, this is a basketball romance, but the main character actually plays in the NBA, so it's actually fun for that. Like, I have no idea how things work. Like, I don't even know if when they talked about the NBA or like him being an athlete and all that, like I don't know if like all the information that it was given, it was an actual fact, but it was interesting nonetheless. And I loved, oh my god, I love the main male character. Like the acts of service that he did, oh my gosh. He literally left coffee for her inside the fridge before he left for practice, I think, I don't know, because she loved iced coffee, and he knew literally the second day or third day, I don't know, what coffee she liked, and he kept like leaving the coffee inside the fridge every single morning. That is like my type of main character. Like I love a main male character that does amazing like acts of service and just like those little things. It just it makes me love him so much. So Ryan Shea, yes, I love you. I loved even that he was just like the leader of his team. I don't know how that works. Anyway, he was like the leader of his team, and he had to learn even to be a leader and just like become the strong character. And I also really loved her. Like, she's a book girly. She reads romance to feel something. Check. She is incredibly emotional. Check. And like, she dreams of a family and having like that traditional family values, like all of that. And again, check. I loved her too. The only thing that I did not love was the third act breakup. It was just not necessary to be honest. Like, that is the only thing that it kind of threw me off, because I was like, oh my gosh, no, please, it was going so well. Now like they're trying to break up, or they fought over something that was like not stupid, but at the same time like it was easily solvable in like 3 sentences. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 4 stars, I think. I don't know, maybe a little less, maybe like 3.5, maybe, I don't know. I have to think about it, but I will put it on screen what I gave it. But so far I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought that I would. And I also had some annotations. I really enjoyed it. So also, I don't know if I gave you an update on Book Lovers by Emily Henry, but I am at chapter 11. I don't remember exactly what point I am of the book. I'm enjoying this so much. It is such a fun book. I love the banter. I love how witty and smart their conversations are. I love that they're witty and smart, like the characters. It doesn't seem cringy at all. Like it's literally like the banter that I absolutely adore between two like main characters. And I don't know how Emily Henry does it, but just like in every single book that I've read, this is my 3rd book from her, the characters have such strong personalities that they literally feel real. And I think that is why I love Emily Henry, and I keep going back and I want to read every single book that she has written, because the characters feel 3-dimensional. It's like oftentimes when I read rom-coms, it's not very usual that feels that way. Like, they have couple things that, like, for example, I don't know, in this book I love the main female character, but does she feel real? Does she feel 3-dimensional? Personally, no. I still enjoyed it. I still loved the way that she had those little factors about herself that I could relate to, and the fact that she likes romance books, and she's very caring, and she's very nurturing, she's a little messy, like all of that. I love that, but it's not the same thing. Like, it's not the same thing. Like, I don't know a lot about Nora, but also I know her at the same time. Like, I'm getting to know her by the way that she interacts with Charlie. And on top of it, like, I just feel her energy. I feel her personality. Not only what the author tells me, like, chooses to tell me about her, like, I feel her personality. Like, I can picture it in my brain, like how she reacts to things that Charlie says. Stuff, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels three-dimensional. And same thing with Charlie. Like, I love those two characters a lot. Like, they feel so real, and they're so funny. They're so funny and so bentery. I love it. I love it. I'm really enjoying this book. But at the same time, like, I have a couple things to do now, and I want to still keep going with the challenge, and I don't want to listen to this book. I want to really read it because I feel like it's a different type of experience, and I want to experience as much as possible, especially because I'm enjoying it so much. But I still have to do things, and I still want to read, and I still want to have a book while I do those things. So I picked this from my main TBR because I have to finish my main TBR. That's the goal that I put on myself. And although I'm going to film a separate video, the other remaining books, I decided that I want to start listening to this book because I've been wanting to start it for so long, but I haven't. I don't know why, but I have high expectations. And when I have high expectations for a book, I usually procrastinate starting it. But in the meantime, since I want to listen to an audiobook, I will start this one with audiobook, and then potentially, if I'm falling for it and I love it, I'm going to transfer and keep reading it. But I'm gonna start listening to it because I want to get into the story, since, like, I don't know what it is, but I have a resistance into starting this one. So that's what I'm gonna do, and let's start the audiobook.
Past me who didn't give up, and for future me who will look back on all of this and be so proud. Prologue. I hate thinking about the way it ended, but sometimes I think about the way it began, with me walking through the door of someone else's house without knocking. This has always been a typical move of mine, wandering latchkey kid that I was in my early years. But in every other way, the beginning was an atypical day.
I have a little update. We're about to continue Book Lovers, but I want to give you a little update on the beginning of this book, which I'm at chapter 10 and 90 pages into the book. And so if you don't know anything about the Ex Vows by Jessica Joyce, this is a chance romance. They met 15 years ago, they became really close friends, and then after they became lovers, and they've been together ever since. And then 5 years prior the present moment where we follow them, they broke up for different reasons. I'm not sure if it's mentioned in the synopsis, so I'm not gonna say it exactly, but for different reasons they broke up, and now they met again at 5 years after the breakup, and they meet because of their mutual best friend wedding, and they're both being like the best man and the best woman. That's how you say it, whatever. And basically they have to solve different situations that happen in the wedding, like some problems that the wedding has, and they are in charge in like solving those. So it's kind of like forced proximity, but also second chance romance. It's also set in Napa. That's where the wedding is going to take place. And I really like the setting. I've never really read anything about like weddings. Like, this is the first time that I've ever read a romance book that takes place during a wedding and like the planning and stuff. So I think that is really a fun plot, and I'm enjoying that part. Although I'm not really connecting to the characters that much, which is kind of throwing me off a little bit, because obviously, I mean, a romance, connecting to the character is really important, but I'm gonna give it a second chance, and instead of listening to the book afterwards, I'm going to attempt to read it and see what I think about it later on. But in the meantime, I really want to finish Book Lovers in this video because I've been wanting to read this book for so long. I'm really enjoying it, so yeah, I want to keep going with this one. And as far as the challenge goes, I think I have 8 hours left. I have 8 hours. I don't know if you guys can see it because there's the sun here, but I have 8 hours and 8 minutes left. It's pretty good. And I listened to the Ex Vows for about like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I'm gonna keep going later. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting a little more. Maybe I just hyped it up so much. I've been wanting to read that book for so long, and I'm a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, like, I just have to keep going. Oh, by the way, something that I didn't mention that is really important. Something happened in the original wedding venue, so they decided to do the wedding, but this place is basically very special for the main two characters and also the guy that is getting married, because there is where they spent like lots of summers working together, and they have a lot of memories. There's a lot of memories even between the exes. I think that's interesting. I love when there is like a special place for both of them. Reminds me a little bit of The Happy Place by Emily Henry, something that like a special place for the characters. So I'm interested to see that dynamic and how it's going to develop. So with that being said, I'm gonna keep going with book lovers, and I'm going to update you whenever I need to update you. Hello guys, so I have a little update on the challenge and oh, as I was saying, I want to give you a little update on book lovers, and also wanted to tell you that I have about 4 hours left, 3 hours and 57 minutes. As far as the book goes, I passed halfway through. I'm halfway through the book, and also I did go a little bit further with the Ex Vows. Before I talk about the Ex Vows, I want to talk about book lovers, which I was just reading right now, and I am absolutely loving this book. I think I'm really grasping Emily Henry's magic. I think I found my first Emily Henry 5-star. I read Happy Place and Beach Read, but I think book lovers is my Emily Henry 5-star, and I love this book. I love the main two characters. I think they're so well written. I already talked about it, but like, it's amazing how three-dimensional they feel. But on top of it, even the side characters, I find it that they're so well written and well created, and just like the entire setting of the small town and everything is just like, it feels so real that literally every time that I'm reading, I'm just like imagining everything in my brain. And I haven't zoned out with a book in a long time, like zoning out while reading and just like imagining everything. Like sometimes in certain books, yes, I have some scenes that I'm zoning out, but like with this one, like I have such a clear imagination of how it is. I mean, for me at least, like how I imagine it, and it's just like so clear and so vivid, and that's Emily Henry's writing and how she's able to draw you in. And on top of it, there's so many good quotes and good conversations, and I literally have so many annotations because it's truly so beautiful. I love this book so much. And also there's both of the main characters live in New York, and the female main character, she is like trying, I don't know like exactly what she's trying to achieve, but she's in this small town and she keeps comparing New York to the small town, and just like her talking about the magic of New York and me wanting to move to New York. I literally have I love New York t-shirt, like that's my dream city. It is just so great. I love when books and authors talk about New York. It's just such a magical city that you can feel it through the words written on a paper. Oh, also I want to talk about the Ex Vows. I'm not gonna lie guys, like I have this much left, and I think I'm just at this point I'm just gonna continue the audiobook. I'm not loving it as much as I thought I would. It's kind of a little bit of a disappointment, maybe because I had such high expectations, but I really cannot connect to the characters. I don't know what it is, but I love the wedding planning. Like I love that they're planning a wedding and stuff. Like I love that, and I love the setting, I love the plot, but when it comes to them, like the two main characters, literally nothing. I don't feel anything. I don't care. So I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of sad about it, but I will continue it. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it in this video, but definitely I will talk about it maybe in my future videos. I'm gonna continue this because I fear that this is going to be a 5-star. Hi, hello everyone. I have finished Book Lovers and I'm just gonna say that it's a 5-star. I don't know how to explain it to you, but the best thing that I can say is that it is amazing. And it's so weird how certain books come into your life at the perfect time. And I don't know if it's divine intervention. Like, you read certain books that line up perfectly with what you're going through. Crazy how much it fits into my life and what I'm thinking and everything that is going on right now. So I love this book with all my heart. I have literally so many annotations. I don't know if you guys can see, I dog-eared it. Please don't come for me. I didn't really quite understand Emily Henry's hype because I read Beach Read, which I really liked. I gave it a 4.5 stars, and I also read Happy Place, which I was really looking forward to reading, and I thought that it was going to be 6 stars for me, but I don't know why. Like, it didn't happen for me. I was really like, I don't understand Emily Henry's hype. I don't understand like why everybody loves her. Like, I understand she's a good author, but there's so many good authors until I read this book. And now I'm 100% Emily Henry girly. The way that she writes certain things, they just make so much sense. The way that she writes emotions and like situations with metaphors and stuff, it like literally tickles my brain in a way that very few authors can do. Like a simple thing that everybody goes through, but make it a bit more poetic and just like give you that quote-unquote quote. So I love that, and I loved the main characters so much. I love Charlie. Charlie's such a great man. Is that kind of person. Yes, there is like acts of service, but it's not even acts of service. Honestly, it's more like words of affirmations. I think that's his way of expressing his love. I wanted Charlie in my life so bad. I loved the side plot with the sister. I understand why people say that Emily Henry's books are a romance, but also there's a lot more going on with like the side plots and stuff, and sometimes there's a lot of more going on with the characters, and I totally can see that. I mean, I've seen that in the past, like even with the other 2 books that I read, but with this one there was so much going on besides the relationship, because at times, like when you read romance books, like if I think about my life, like I'm not a relationship girly, let's just start there, but obviously I want a relationship, like I do want that, but at the same time, like I'm not just the girlfriend of someone, and I am not just in a relationship with that one person. Like I have so many other relationships. I have a relationship with my parents, I have a relationship with my friends, with my cousins, with my grandma, with my work people. Like I have relationships with everyone because I'm a human being, and sometimes when you read romance books, it's just like, it's not realistic, obviously, and like I don't want to compare because I do believe that there are a level of differences between, I don't know, a normal rom-com and Emily Henry. Like Emily Henry has something more that I still did not grasp. Like I still don't know how to explain and how to put it into words, but it is so refreshing, and I love those type of books. Like this is what I'm craving. This is what I want in a book. Like I love romance books, but I don't love when it's just focused on the romance, because we are not just in a relationship with that person. And obviously like there's a lot going on, there's a lot, but this is what I'm craving right now, and this is what I wanted, and I love it so much, and I'm so happy about the ending, guys. I was so scared. I was so scared. If you read the book, like you are on the edge for the majority of the book, especially like right in the middle going towards the end. I was on the edge because I was like, what is going on? Like, I hope she makes the right choice, and I was really scared, but I'm really happy with an ending. I loved Emily Henry for that. I love when an author loves women and doesn't love women in a relationship with a man. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly, guys, but I don't know how to explain it, but if you've read the book, you know what I mean. So, anyways, loved it. Highly recommend it, of course. 5 stars. Okay, so with that being said, we are at our 3rd book. I have 43 minutes left. Also, by the way, if you guys see 2 hours and 7 minutes, today I was literally putting the timer and it got deleted. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. I remember exactly that it was like 2 hours and 7 minutes, so I just put it back on, but I didn't cheat or anything. I just literally deleted it without noticing. So now I have to pick another book. I also have the Ex Vows to finish, but honestly I'm such in a good mood, and this is a little bit of a disappointment. Sorry. Like, I'm still gonna give it I think 3 stars just because I know that a lot of people will like it. It's just not my cup of tea. But other than that, I feel like I don't like second chance romance. But yet again, I recently read 7 Days in June by Thea Williams, and that is a second chance romance, and I love that one. So I don't know. Maybe it was not the right time for this book. I have no idea. Anyways, let's pick another one. Speaking of an author that I love, I also have the new Abby Jimenez book. This is Say You'll Remember Me. And I really want to read this, but at the same time, do I? Maybe not right now. I also have the favorites that I really want to read. So this could be an option. I could start this one because this could be an option. And I'm really excited to read this, so I'm gonna put it here just in case. And then those are all the books in my May TBR, which I should be starting. I promised you guys that I would read all of them, so after this reading vlog in a few weeks, or in a few weeks, I don't know, you're gonna have me reading those books. So I could be starting this because right after this video I'm gonna start that reading vlog. I have Summer Romance, or People We Went on Vacation, or Kingdom of the Wicked, which is a fantasy. I also have Squire, which is a graphic novel. I could also read this one, but at the same time, this video is literally like how many books can I read in 24 hours, and like that's a graphic novel, so I don't think it's very fair. Or I also have another fantasy, which is The Sky on Fire. I don't know. I maybe feel, I don't know. I could go with a thriller maybe. You know what? I'm just gonna choose the book and then I'm gonna come back to you when I start reading. Okay, so I have 20 minutes left of the challenge and I just finished the prologue. The prologue is 7 pages long. It took me 20 minutes to read 7 pages. I forgot how much brain power you needed to read fantasy. So I haven't read fantasies in like 6 months, 5 months, whatever. And it is humbling. It is humbling to read a fantasy after all romance and thrillers, and especially a fantasy that I have no idea what this is about. I just know that there's dragons, and that is the reason why I got it. Even like the names are crazy. First of all, the place that the prologue takes place is Crystal Spire, which is not bad. But then, for example, the name of the dragon is Trindamos or something like that. Then we have Eoril. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. Probably not. His son is Gwyndinon. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. It feels good, kind of. Like I'm kind of loving it. Even though I just literally read the prologue. But again, guys, like I have not read a fantasy in 5 months. Like crazy. I have read The Hunger Games, but like The Hunger Games is dystopian, so it's not the same thing. And on top of it, like I already knew The Hunger Games. I knew everything about it because I watched the movies, and this is the first time. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm happy that I'm reading a fantasy because I feel like I just needed it. I've read so many romance lately, and even though like I'm not sick of it, I still want to, but I just need fantasy. Now that I read the prologue and I got a dragon in there and like another type of plot and world and whatever, I'm all in for fantasies, and I really miss this. I'm gonna keep going with this one for the next 20 minutes, and don't you worry guys, because when I finish this, if you guys want to know what I think about it, this is in my May TBR, so I will upload a video where I read the rest of my May TBR, so I'm gonna have this in there as well if you're interested to know. If you're not, then whatever. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna talk to you when I'm done with the challenge. I just started chapter 4 of the book. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what's going on at all. The next reading vlog, you guys are gonna know what I think about it, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more, but as of right now, I really don't know what to tell you, and honestly, my fantasy brain is not working at the moment, so talk to you about it in another video. Other than that, let's recap a little bit all the books that I read. The first book that I read in this video is Wild Side by Elsie Silver, and I don't really remember how much I gave it. I think it was around like 3 stars. I don't remember exactly, but I read this one. And then I also finished The Right Move, although I did start it before, so I didn't read the entire thing. I was like probably about 100 pages, maybe less than 100 pages into the book. I did not start and finish it in this video. I think I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it. Then I read, in the middle of it, I read Book Lovers, and also in between I also listened to the Ex Vows. This one I still have not finished it. I have this much left. In the next reading vlog I'm going to talk a little bit more about it because it is in my May TBR. And then I read Book Lovers, which I gave 5 stars, and it's my new obsession, so you're gonna be sick of me because I'm going to talk about this book a lot. And then I just started The Sky on Fire, which is a fantasy. I don't know if it's YA fantasy, I don't know if it's a romantasy, I don't know anything about it other than there's dragons in it, and that we're following a girl that the dragons want to kill because of something. That's all I know. And then there's weird creatures in the book at the beginning. But once again, no idea. I'm going to talk about it in the next reading vlog because it is in my May TBRs. I would say I read 3 books in total. So I already was 100 pages in, and I think I have about 100 pages left of this one. So to make those two together, I think I read 3 books in total and a half. I don't know how to do math, but 3 books and a half. I think it sums it up, or a little bit more than that, whatever, it's not important. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video if you liked it, and if you like the vibe, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you very, very soon in the next